I can find you so I can spotlight you. I see Oscar still here, I think.
Yes, I'm still here.
Oh, okay. Let me move you around. Okay. Hey, Samir, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going? All right.
So it's gonna be 2 minutes. I'm
Mhm.
gonna stop you right at the time limit, and whenever you start talking is when I'm gonna start the timer. So whenever you're ready.
All right. Hola, familia. My name is Samir Ahmed, and I'm currently electrical engineering junior. I've been a member of SHEP for about the past 4 semesters. So being the oldest person in my family, I was the first to go to college. None of my cousins or siblings or anything have gone to college before. So I was pretty lost when I got here first. Although I was academically fine, I didn't really know anything about the professional aspect or the leadership aspect of school. That all changed when I joined SHEP. You know, being a part of SHEP held many events that helped me develop my professional aspect. I learned how to talk to recruiters. I learned how to give interviews. I learned how to build up my resume. And then after joining SHEP, I joined a committee. My first committee was the outreach committee where we went out and we volunteered. In high schools, we kind of taught high school kids what to expect going into college. This gave me a lot of leadership experience. After that, I joined the CFC committee, where we held events, the same events that helped me. We held those events to help other SHEP students. And this helped me make connections with recruiters and also polish my own professional skills while doing so. And then we had the final event, the career fair this semester. So I want to run for secretary to make sure that future SHEP students and current SHEP students have the same opportunities and privileges that I have. I want to make sure that I can organize events to the best of my ability and give them the same opportunities that were provided to me, help them develop themselves, while also learning myself, because in this position, every semester you join SHEP, you learn a lot more every semester you come out of it. And I want to make sure that we have a smooth transition when we get out of COVID. If next semester is in person, I want to make sure everything's organized and people can go back to being in person and interacting so we could be SHEP Familia in person.
Okay, we just got the time right now. Perfect. So I'm gonna let Cindy or Andres ask the first question.
Yeah, I'll go first. Samir, full transparency here, you're the first candidate who has not talked about upgrading databases or introducing like stream workflows, all this stuff. I'm curious to get your thoughts on how we currently track our members' data, or how we currently log attendance and things like that, and maybe your thoughts on why it doesn't need to be upgraded, or why it does if it's something that you didn't necessarily include in your speech.
Being in the CFC, I kind of got a taste of how we take attendance and how we record data for all students. So the way we do it is we have, like, for events, we have like RSVPs, and those RSVPs go into Google Docs. And those Google Docs are shared into a folder where all the members can see it, or not all the members, but all the committee chairs and e-board can see it. And this basically gives everyone access to that information, and it's all pretty streamlined. There's, like, you know, we have different columns for name, number, and all the information. And the good thing about that is how the information that we have in Google Drives is accessible not only right now, but later. So if future SHEP committee chairs, let's say in like 2 years, they want to go back and see the information from this semester, they can. And that's the beauty of going online. Going online, we've gotten a bit more organized with how we run these events because everything's been online. So organization has been a big part.
Yeah, pragmatic, future proof. I love it. I'm a little biased there, but yeah, good answer.
I was about to speak without unmuting myself. Hey, Samir, good job on your speech. My question basically got answered with the previous question that Andres has asked. So I'm looking at the PDF though with all of your information, and I am, I guess, a little interested to see how you are going to balance the workload of, being an electrical engineering junior. You are close to a 3. How do you plan on balancing your schoolwork and your responsibilities in this role as secretary?
So a good example would be these past 2 semesters. So last semester, since I was at home, I was taking about 15 credit hours, and then on top of that, I was working a job. At first, I thought it was going to be too much, but actually, in doing those, I learned how to balance my life a lot better. It put me on like a strict schedule where I'd come off from work, and then I'd come sit down, do all my homework, and then by the time I did all my homework, I was just tired. And that was good because I just went straight to bed, woke up, started a new day, went to classes, went to work. And that actually helped me balance my career or my work and school life a lot better. For next semester, I'm gonna be going to live. I'm gonna be living on campus, and I'm not gonna be working. So I'm basically gonna use what I learned with this job, and instead treat the secretary position as a job. This should help me, put lock myself down, give myself a schedule, budget my time for classes, for secretary, spread all the events out to where they don't not only work for me, but everyone around me and all the SHEP members.
All right, thank you.
Okay, as for my question, so, and you talked about it, this online semester brought us the RSVPs, something that was very not, like, it was not common in person. These RSVPs are very helpful because that allows to collect data from members. But now with the possibility that we're going in person next semester, what is your plan or your strategy to keep that data collection? And also, how do you plan to manage data?
I think the RSVPs are actually a really nice addition, and I do believe we should keep them because they allow us to give us like a heads up of how many people are coming to the event so we could plan for it, Like, for example, one of the things is at general meetings, usually during lunchtime or like during the middle, they pass out food and stuff, And with the RSVP, we'd kind of get a heads up to how many people are showing up. So if we don't have enough food, we order more, and if we have too much, we don't get as much. So RSVPs are pretty good for staying organized as a secretary to plan out the events because they're gonna allow us give like approximation of how many people are gonna show up. And usually a lot of people RSVP, but some don't show up. So we would account for that. And then the other thing I would continue that we did prior semesters in person was the check-in. Whenever someone would come in to events, you'd have like a QR code that you'd scan, and then you'd go on the Google form and fill it out. That's how most people got their points. And that would be a good way to compare the data between RSVPs and the actual attendance so we could compare it and see how it is.
Thank you very much. And that would actually conclude the secretary portion.
Right.
So in this moment, I'm just gonna bring the other 2 secretary candidates to the main room. And